this season with Oregon. He surpassed an opportunity to be a high draft pick in the NFL to come back for one more ride after a disappointing college football playoff, showing last year he believes Oregon can take it all the way this season. And it will all ride on the Heisman hopes of Dante Moore and the Oregon Ducks. Guys?
Holly, thank you. The Ducks kicker headed toward the football, and their season is now officially underway. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Here comes the option. Brought down right at the line of scrimmage, and this defense gets off to a good start.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball game.
Wants to throw. It's Dampier. Blasted as he lets it go. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. Takes the easy throw in the flat. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk, and this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is needing some points, and that's a big completion there on 3rd down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that last completion, that was big.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on, bottling him up. That's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside. And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
In the gun on 3rd down. Moore looking to the big tight end. Touchdown, Oregon! Into the end zone for 6. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Quick completion on the out. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you, and they're letting him throw it. They're being aggressive, and he's proving that he can still make good decisions here. He can find the open target and deliver strikes.
Off the play fake on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Dropping back, it's Dampier. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
Gets away from one. He throws back across and into the defense. A dangerous play. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Turning it on. And they got 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 coming.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run. And then the offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. Used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
Throws to the wideout. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Moore from the gun, trying to convert 3rd down. Makes the catch.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there.
Got a little grass. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
And that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
Moore. Here comes the heat. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Now here's Moore. Quickly complete. Out of bounds after a big pickup on the play, just a couple of yards short of the goal line. The Ducks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
They'll give it to the transfer, first carry of the season. Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points. He'll try to tack on one more.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. And he's going to bring this one out. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. They'll start on the ground with Wayshawn Parker. They believe in that running game, got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice game for this offense and make 2nd and short so much easier.
He wants to go deep. Pulls in the deep ball. Ripped off the huge chunk play all the way to the 31-yard line.
I would love to sit here and tell you that was the greatest play call ever, and the offensive coordinator is a genius. I think that was some really bad defense.
Oh, they're after him. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
To the air, it's Dampier. Gets it to the back. Could not make his way to the corner. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So,
and the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. As we get a look at some stats, this is the best start they could have hoped for. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the 2nd quarter. And the Utes decide to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Fields the punt and try to pick up some yards. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. The give to the lone running back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 after the 29.
and those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. The option look. He'll toss it. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
Throwing more. Escapes the pressure going right. It's on target and complete. Ripping through the defense. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Ducks are flying down the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr. who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those two guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
They'll be the focal point, but it's just like you saw a year ago, man. Like, they are committee, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having Moore come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be another year of stable running backs for Oregon. A lot of ground and pound and a lot of physicality. And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Moore, play action. Moving out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. Guided out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 14.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, he scrambles, gets a 1st down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Dante Moore. Good timing on the quick out. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. They'll run for it. It's Parker. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1. The Utes in the hurry up.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Dampier. Right on the money. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. And the Utes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Here's the return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. Running inside, it's Hill. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Pulls and fires complete. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Well, they have a massive lead, and we're only in the 2nd quarter, but they're not calling the dogs off. They are staying aggressive, and they are taking shots. Another hookup there for this offense. Everything that they are dialing up is working to perfection. They're looking to add already to their blowout lead.
It's not just the dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history. And just like now, just in the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
Keeps it on the option. And he couldn't find any room to breathe. What a great job on the run fits by this defense.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And this offense, right, they are in a groove. They are in a rhythm, just finding themselves play after play. Everything they're dialing up right now is working. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm not changing a thing. I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing because this defense has had zero answers.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Ducks can really attack on this second and short. Here's more to throw. They're setting up the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. Great job by this quarterback to beat the blitz, and then the running back made it to the sticks.
Yeah, awesome job. You see a guy, extra guy coming. The running back is not accounted for. Nice job getting it to him and letting him get the first down. Great job, great.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Here's a heat. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
And I get why this offense is aggressive. They've been doing what they wanted, right? And they've built this huge lead, but they can't get careless. Like, don't make those mistakes that might get this defense back in the football game.
Moore from the gun on third down. Got his man all by himself. Touchdown, Oregon. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Back to pass, it's Dampier. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Breaks into the open. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Timeout called by the Utes, that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Oh, man, what a missed opportunity. Big fella almost got to run with the ball. Instead, it falls incomplete and brings up second down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this.
He'll take a shot. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
And it's no good. And I guess they wanted to draw a little closer. Instead, they're still way, way behind. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, we welcome you into the Week 0 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's open the show with Vanderbilt taking on the Memphis Tigers. And it's the Commodores who win it on their home turf. They take pride in protecting their dirt, so to speak. And they did so today. Push.
There he goes. Out across the 30, marked down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
Moore with the play fake. Fires on the run. He's got it along the sideline. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. It's one thing to get that huge play. Now you got to cash it in with 6. 1st and 10 from the 24. Moore. Hauls it in. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Ready, go. Run in the red zone. It's Davison. Maybe got enough space. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks.
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop you.
And he's going to bring this one out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. After that kickoff, the medical staff is out there to tend to the injured player. That appears to be their junior starting wide receiver, someone they obviously do not want to lose. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on his situation. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Scanning the field, it's Dampier. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Utes headed quickly to the line. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Motion from the wideout. The run inside. It's Parker. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
Pulled down for the tackle. You have to wonder, after missing a field goal on the last drive, how are they going to play this third down? Now the play fake. Working that left side now. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 4th down.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just freezed the second level of that defense just for a second. It allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
And the Utes will line up to punt it away. Wants to return it. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Past the 40. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Defense showing blitz here. Looking for a crease. It's Hill. Could be an alley. Makes it past the marker. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
David, I mean, you can take your hands away from your eyes. At this point, this thing is just defense optional. This is atrocious. Nobody wants to tackle in this game. Nobody wants to take an angle. It's another long touchdown. Great job by the running back. But when are these defenses going to show up?
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's hard to watch, man. Just we've got to get lined up, make sure you're in the right gap. You can't jump out of your gap. You can't guess. And these defenses, they're giving up big plays, and those are the ones that will kill you because it's points right away. And a lot of points in this football game, and these coordinators, they're not real happy right now.
So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Utes will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He makes the catch backed up in his own territory. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Well, this drive probably won't help them pile up yards, but they could get points quickly, starting it with a 1st and goal. Run in the red zone, it's Hill. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And he's not going to take the touchback. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. looking to throw. It's Dampier. They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2. After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off. He's got it.
The returner brings it out to the 35. And the Oregon offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Still on his feet at the 45. He's loose. The 20. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
You cannot let that happen to you defensively. That is the definition of getting gashed. They didn't have one guy in their front 7 even get a finger on that guy.
And the Ducks, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. The give on the counter. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play.
Ready. Go.
Looking for space. It's Griffin. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Good, right down the boulevard. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Dampier. Tight end finds a soft spot. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a 1st down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can...
Makes the catch, and he's free. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. And the Utes moving quickly to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Complete downfield. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
The Utes will line it up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Looking to scramble. Oh, it's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, this defense is eyeing the scoreboard. You know they're looking up there. They want to keep this goose egg intact. They've been so good all game long. Still playing with phenomenal effort here in the fourth quarter, creating...
Oh, he's got some space. Continues to fight for yards. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Knocked down for the tackle. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Running inside, it's Griffin, and they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. They'll send out the kicker here. Right on target the first time, now he'll try another from 24 yards out. Dead center perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Utah has it back and the offense coming onto the field. So this offense has done nothing. No points on the board, and right now it's just about trying to save face. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. And the Utes want to crank the tempo. The play action fake.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Off the boot, looking for his man. Moves away as he feels pressure. He's going to run it. Shakes off the defender. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Well, this defense knew coming into this one they were going to have their hands full trying to slow down this athletic quarterback. That time, they had their eyes in the wrong place. Quarterback got to the perimeter on the right, and it was just too late. Big gainer for the up.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Line getting set on second down. Looking for a man. It's Dampier. Puts it out of the air. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Off play action. Fires to the big fella. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, It has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Now adjusting. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down. I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Wants to adjust the pattern. Escapes the pressure to his right. Fires into the end zone. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Quarterback takes a knee, and they'll start this new season with a victory. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.